You are listening to Anchored with Shally Khaled, a journey into purpose, principles, and power. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and anchored for life.
Hello there. Welcome once again to Anchored with Shally Caleb. Last week was amazing. I hope I did not bombard you with so much value because this is what this platform is meant to do, to transform you through the passing of knowledge that brings transformation and enlightenment. Today we're discussing something very, very important. The subject matter, becoming. Becoming. Becoming is the journey to greatness. Everyone who we deem great today has gone through this particular process that I'm going to be sharing with you. It's a journey. That is what I want you to keep in mind. It's not just a race to becoming, it's a marathon to becoming. There are milestones, there are pitfalls in that journey, there are high ups in that journey, and there are deep lows in that journey of becoming. What then is becoming? Becoming is any personal activity that is undertaken in a proper season, combined with the passage of enough time that produces a predictable result. Let me take that again. Becoming is any personal activity undertaken in a proper season, combined with the passage of enough time that produces a predictable result. And there are some few things we must highlight, and that has to do with a personal activity in a proper season combined with the passage of enough time. So you see here that in the process or in the journey of becoming, there is what we call the personal activity that leads to becoming. There is the proper season and the passage of enough time that leads to becoming. And there is the predictability of the results that leads to becoming. Because you'd have to understand that the reasons for seasons is productivity, and the purpose for daily activity is improvement. Anyone who seeks to become a doctor must holistically give himself to a body of knowledge in order to become a doctor. Anyone who wants to become a lawyer must holistically give himself to a body of knowledge for a particular period of time in order to become a lawyer. Anybody who wants to become a programmer must give himself to the whole knowledge of programming in order to become. So becoming actually has to do with the process of time, the process of preparation, and the predictability of results. So once again, I want to emphasize that the reason for every season of your life is productivity. There's a season in your life where you work so much, the end result is productivity. There is a season in your life where you work lesser, the end result is still productivity. But intrinsically, the purpose of daily activity is improvement. And you'd have to understand that your philosophy about becoming, which is an activity or a process within time, greatly affects the quality of your life. Your philosophy about becoming greatly affects the quality of your life. When you have in your mind that becoming is not necessary, going through the process of time is not necessary, you just want to make it now. You just want to reach the top without necessarily going through the journey of reaching the top. Then you end up cutting down on your experiences of growth. You'd have to understand that everything has its price and its pain. The process of becoming has its price and its pain to get the prize. So attached to becoming, which is a prize, is a price and a pain. And in life, we get to choose between two pains. I call the first one POR and POD. POR is the pain of regret, and POD is the pain of discipline. Either ways, you are either going to have the pain of regret or the pain of discipline. But once the price and the pain are forced together and the promise is clearer, you don't really mind paying enough to get the price you are looking at or you are gazing at. Life gets extremely better when we become better. And it's either you are becoming better or you are becoming bitter. It's either you are becoming one of them. So I have a personal principle, which is a theology of how one can become or have enough. It's called the be do have principle. Whatever you want to have, you must first become. So initially I was giving the example of the doctor and the lawyer, that the doctor has to give himself to a body of knowledge consistently to be called and affirmed a medical doctor. So is it with the lawyer. Because whatever you want to become, you have to give your time. So that is why even when we pay money for a conference, we have to pay attention. It's not just money that we pay attention in order to become. So whatever you pay attention to, you become. And we become before we attract. The easiest way to attract money is to become a valuable person that money comes to. We become and then we advance. We become and then we attain that level of success that we are seeking. In the process of becoming more than we are now, we attract more than we have now. So if you are looking forward to having more in the coming years, if you are looking forward to gaining more experience, then you have to look at becoming more. And how do you become more? How do you become more valuable? You become more by increasing in value through frequent reading. Yesterday I was reading about Tiger Woods, and that man has achieved a level of success that the world of golf recognizes him as one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. But I realized that in the process of his becoming was time, laser focus, and discipline. And I only found out about the details of his story through reading. So if you want to increase your value, you have to give yourself to frequent reading. The next is the practice of discipline. The practice of discipline. If you want to become more, if you want to become, or in the process of your becoming, you'd have to subscribe to the practice of discipline. You wake up early, you study. Discipline is doing what you have to do even when you don't feel like doing it. That is a practice of discipline. Number 3, the intensity of your efforts. If you want to become great, if you are in the journey of becoming great, then the intensity of our efforts counts. And that is what will determine how fast we can become great and how well and how sustained we can become. The next, which is number 4, is the focus of your desire. If you want to increase in value in a particular subject matter, in a particular area, in a particular scope, you'd have to focus your desire. That in the next year, I want to increase so much in my knowledge about wealth, in public speaking, in writing. You have to focus your desire. And the fifth I'm going to give is the wise investment of a good portion of your resource. The wise investment. Our resource can be invested. When you get a particular result in your life, you can invest that resource, that it doesn't become a loophole or something that you keep on celebrating, but it becomes a launch pad to further your your desire, to further your momentum toward becoming great. Jim Rohn, he says that life is not designed to give rewards in proportion to our level of need. It gives them in proportion to our level of deserve. You deserve more when you become more. I want you to understand that there is more out there for you. Yes, there is more that you can become, there is more than you can do, there is more than you can have. It is already in you, it's always been in you. I want you to lay your hand on your forehead wherever you are and say this after me: I was created to be more. And from today, I choose to become more. I choose to become all that God has created me to be. From today, I walk in the realization of my purpose. I fulfill my purpose here on earth. I utilize my potentials and I become the best of the best. This is not just confession, but this is my reality. I become more. Thank you so much for joining this episode, and I know I'll see you next time. Peace. Bye bye.
Thank you for tuning in to Anchored with Shali Khaled. If today's message inspired you, share it with someone who is still searching. Until next time, keep growing, keep believing, and keep becoming.